Hi everyone, it's great to be back on the Moha Save Our Skin campaign. So here I am for the Moha SOS campaign. Hi Payal, it's great to be back with the Save Our Skin campaign, and this series is on summer care, and the timing couldn't be perfect. The heat is rising. We all want to beat the heat. We're all worried about our skin, our hair, our nails. So here we are. Hi, here we are ready to take on with the first week. This is the third episode. You've already had 2 episodes, one on Friday, one on Saturday. Today we're talking about skin, hair and nail care, and I'm going to go live with Glam Protocol Jen, and she's going to join me, and she's going to be asking me a whole bunch of questions which will help to clarify and will help to clarify all your concerns and all your queries about skin and hair care during the summer heat. So till Dr. Sejal Jain and Glam Protocol joins us, let me tell you how we've outlined, hi Pinky, how we've outlined this whole episode today, in which we have decided to divide it into 4 sections. First, we are going to actually talk about what is damaging, what is so different about the summer. How does it affect your skin? How does it affect dry skins? How it affects oily skins? How is it going to, how are we going to, yeah, I was just reading, the sunscreens, body lotions. We're going to talk about sunscreens, body lotions, how to take care, whether your skin is dry or oily. We all have special needs during the summer. We're also going to talk about tanning. We're going to talk about how you can prevent tanning. Also, if you are planning a holiday, what should be the SPF you're using for day-to-day as well as for your holidays. And so this is how we are going to plan, and then we can talk a bit about what sort of products you should be looking at in when you are choosing your summer care products. Should you be upgrading some of them? Should you be changing the whole skincare plan? How should we go about looking after products in the summer? So I'd also like to talk about that. Hi, Sejal. And we are also going to talk about how you can upgrade your products, get some new products, how you could also make maybe your because it's hot and humid and sweaty, how you could, the weather gets, your skin gets a little sticky, how you can reduce maybe and keep your skincare plan a little simpler and not have to layer too many products and yet get the right result. And the products are for summer and light. They're water based, they're gel based, and so it's nice to have products that will help in keeping your skin hydrated and keeping your skin moist and soft, as well as not sticky and shiny. Nobody wants to have sticky, shiny skin in the summer. So this is really what we're going to be discussing. I'm just waiting for Sejal to join us. And yes, the products are available, and they are, all the summer care products are now freely available, and they're nicely packaged. They're all very light to feel, lightly fragranced, and very easy to use on the skin. You can keep them for your day-to-day, you can keep them for your travel. So, yep, I think we've got a good thing going over here. So, I'm just waiting for Sejal to join me and take this live forward. So let's see whether there are any questions coming up. Anybody with any questions, you can start asking me a few questions. But till then, what I'd like to say is that for the summer, you're really looking at, obviously we all know you're looking to take care of your skin with the right hello Manisha, with the right type of sunscreen. And the reason you want to do that is because you don't want your skin to go through unnecessary tanning, buildup of pigment, sun protection, as well as you would not like your skin to have the problem of getting a sunburn and then ending up with pigmentation, sunspots. And of course, those of us who have freckles, we should always remember that we are more sun sensitive when we have freckles, and we have to protect more, not only just to prevent the freckles from becoming bigger, but also to prevent the freckles from becoming into sun damaged spots. So that's the importance of knowing the SPF and the sunscreen. I think we're having some issue out here. I'm waiting for Sejal to join us. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about SPF. So SPF stands for sun protection factor, and the SPF, yes, I can see Sejal saying hi, and I don't know why we can't. Okay, yeah, Sejal, I can't seem to get your request. Could you send me a request again, Sejal? Okay. Okay, I've sent you a request. I've just sent Sejal. Oh, there she is.
Oh, finally.
Okay. Finally, I was wondering what was happening.
I know. I was trying so hard. I don't know what was the technical glitch over here, and I was just trying again and again to just get you. I mean, get me also on the live.
Yeah, but you're looking so pretty.
Hi, finally.
Hi, finally. You're looking so pretty.
Thank
Suddenly
you so much, you too.
Thank you. Suddenly the screen is full of color and vibe, and you look so vivacious.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is lovely to interact with you again for Moha Save Our Skin campaign. I'll just introduce the campaign for those who are new over here so that they understand what exactly it is. Hi guys, this is Sejal Jain and we are at Moha Save Our Skin SOS campaign, which is series of live Instagram sessions initiated by Ayurved leaders of our country, Charak Pharma, and these sessions are conducted every weekend at 4:30 p.m. and on Sundays at 10 a.m. This is season 2 and it's all about summer. We are going to talk a lot about summer skincare, and today's topic is about tanning and different ways to combat it. And we are inviting Bollywood's favorite, my favorite, the famous dermatologist and cosmetologist, Dr. Malvika Kohli is right here with us, who will explain us various methods and things to combat tanning and skincare during summers. So hi again.
Hi again. Good to be with all of you and all your followers. And I think we can. It's a warm, sunny day, and the days are getting hotter. So the evenings are a bit pleasant, but the days are getting hotter. And this time, I find the sun is really sharp, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is like we feel like the energy is sunking in, and the sun is directly on us, like totally.
Absolutely.
So let's get started with the session, right?
Sure.
We'll start with the questions.
Let's start.
So what would you suggest as a skincare regime for summer? Like there is a separate, I'm sure there is a different skincare regime for summer. So what is it like? What you should include, not include, and what is all it about?
Sure. So summer brings in far more UV. It also brings in warmth, so that's infrared as we understand it today. It also brings in sweating, it brings in humidity, and it also brings in fatigue. Your skin feels the skin feels the fatigue because it's either getting too oily or it's getting too dry, or skin can get dry also because it gets dehydrated, especially if you're not having the right balance of salt and water. So I think the skin is challenged in summer. And, we need to, like, I was just introducing the topic, we need to upgrade what we're using in summer, maybe make the routine a little lighter, concentrate on getting the right sunscreen, make the routine lighter, make the products a little more gel-based, water-based, and sometimes you have to reapply the products a little more because you're washing your face a little more. But, yep, thank you. We, and and also, I think let's talk about choosing the right sunscreen, and let's talk a little bit about SPF. So tell me, which SPF do you use, and how do you go about choosing a sunscreen? Because you must be flooded with choices, isn't it?
Yes, true. So because I have a little bit knowledge about science thing as well, so I make sure whenever correct me if I'm wrong, so whenever I'm on a very sunny day, and when there is like I have to be outdoor shooting, or even when I'm commuting for work, going home visits or something on bike or wherever, so I make sure that I'm applying like good SPF, like a higher one, because that would, I think, it envelopes you well, like the coating wise. And when I'm at, say, in a sunny area but not directly under the sun, then I go for a day cream or something which has a lesser SPF, like 30 or 20 should be also good enough. So outdoors and when under the sun, it's more than 40 or 50 maybe, and then otherwise less. So I use this Moha sunscreen, which is SPF 50. I think that suffices for me as of now. But please tell us. We would like to know exactly what the expert has to say.
Sure. So, yes, I agree with you. It's a good idea to have two sunscreens if you can manage doing one for day to day, and if you're at home, because a lot of people are working from home nowadays, right?
Yes.
So you don't need to put maybe a higher SPF if you're right at home. But a lot of us are sitting by windows to try and get the right light on us for Zoom calls or like an Insta Live. And also, a lot of us want to get a bit of the sun now that the what do you call it, the COVID is rising again. So what is happening, everybody is now back home again and working from home more, so taking a little bit of vitamin D3. So what happens is that it's very important that you may have to increase your SPF to 30 even sitting at home if you're sitting close to a window. When you step out, if you have pigmentation, SPF 50. If you don't have pigmentation, SPF 30 is good. But it's not just the number. Number means the number of times you're protected from the harsh rays. But it's also important on what makes up that sunscreen. So it is ideal to have a sunscreen which is a good combination of inorganic, that's zinc and titanium dioxide, and also one or two of the chemical sunscreens. We have inorganic and organic. So inorganic is zinc and that's called physical sunscreen, zinc and titanium dioxide, and organic is the chemical sunscreen agents, and the combination of the two gives you a good finished product. However, if you want a really good block, like you're doing a holiday and you're going to a beach or you're going out trekking, then you need to use a more solid sunscreen which has more of zinc and titanium dioxide. So inorganic physical sunscreens are better. But it doesn't mean that if you go from 15 to 50 SPF, it's going to make a very, very large difference. It's actually more important to use the right amount, the right way.
Okay. That's great.
So fingertip amount.
Yeah. Okay.
So fingertip amount is minimum. Yeah. Actually, you're supposed to use a whole teaspoon amount. Teaspoon is really a lot of sunscreen. So fingertip amount, and then dot it all over, blend it in with your fingertips. Another fingertip amount for your neck. That is very important to use. And I tell everybody to put it all the way right to the end, right on top, right everywhere. So don't forget the sides, Put it all over your face. That is, and don't rub it. Don't put it here and rub it.
Don't massage it.
Don't massage it.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's a question there. How much SPF is good for Mumbai weather? I think for Mumbai weather, SPF 50 is good for anybody if they want to be super protective. It's got nothing to do with the city. It's got nothing to do with humidity. It's it's the requirement because of the current environmental conditions. So if people sweat a lot, then you can use a gel-based one, you can use a silicone-based one, you can use a matte finish sunscreen.
Okay.
So these are the ways you can manage in the summer. You also
Should
get
you
tinted sunscreens.
should you apply a bit of, like, I generally, feel like if you're sweating a lot, do you really need to put some compact or something after you apply sunscreen? Would that settle it up, or it's not required or something like that? Like
So,
any powder?
sure. Actually, powder is great because it also has a bit of a sunscreen effect.
Antiperspirant
Lactocalamine
and
also,
sunscreen, yeah.
yeah. But you get tinted sunscreens, which have ferric oxide and a bit of tint. So for those of us who want a sunscreen that gives a little bit of coverage, then a tinted sunscreen works well. Age-wise, yes. Age-wise, you could use a sunscreen on a child after the age of 6 months. You could, but that's more for outdoors. You're not going to start using a sunscreen on a child every day.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but what would be the right age to start with it, in case if you're like, there are certain things like you do facials only after like 25, 30. Like similarly, if you don't want to really take skincare and get into sunscreen and those proper regime, what would be the right age to start?
I think the right age to start would be if the child is very sporty and outdoors, you could use physical sunscreen with zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, and you could even start it from the age of whatever, depends, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no problem.
Okay,
No
that's
problem.
great.
Yeah, but
And
if
especially we have herbal one here, so that is obviously there is no side effects or anything of that sort. So yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
great.
So, natural formulations are also good.
Great.
Yes, you can use a moisturizer with an inbuilt sunscreen, but this moisturizer with an inbuilt sunscreen should have the right combination of sunscreen agents and should be SPF 30, at least 15 for day to day. Even people who cook, people who are in showrooms, people who are in stores, because of the overhead lighting, you should use a sunscreen even if you're indoors.
Awesome. And our audience is intelligent too. They are answering the questions as well. I can see what kind of and what I'm seeing the answers. That's really great to share the knowledge, guys. I'm happy to see that, right?
I think they're learning a lot. They're learning a lot from our
Yeah.
sessions, and I think generally there's a lot of good information floating around. And you
Exactly.
should apply sunscreen minimum twice a day. But if you're an outdoor person, you have to travel for your work, etc., then you can use a sunscreen even 3 times a day. But twice a day is usually a good number to apply.
Okay. That's great. Someone asked right now, how do we treat tanning?
Yeah. Tell me, what do you do to prevent tanning when you do your outdoor shoots, or when you're doing if you are going on a holiday? What's your mantra?
So
Because I can
I
see your
just
skin is one
remembered
tone.
myself in being a mummy, kind of like, masked, and even before the masks were there, I used to envelop myself, like cover myself with a lot of things. Of course, tanning, the skin needs to be really hydrated so that you prevent it. The step one. Second, I use a lot of sunscreen. That is like a ground rule when it comes to my skin regime. So I do that. And of course, I covered myself. I won't lie. I really get scared, like sunburns and all when you're especially traveling.
Yeah. So don't worry. I also cover up myself. I wear a. You have to. This is important. It's not just about putting sunscreen. It's about photo protection. So photo protection also comes from protective gear. So a visor, not a cap, not a baseball kind of cap, a visor,
Yeah,
which
the
is like
visor.
this, or a whole round rim. Yeah, and then you should have a big pair of dark glasses. And now the mask helps a lot, right?
It helps. Yeah, it totally helps. That ways, yeah.
And then a scarf around your neck, and then you can wear a thin shirt which covers your arms. So that actually helps a lot. It helps a lot with photo protection, and especially for tanning.
Yeah,
Especially for tanning. That's very crucial.
that's true. That's true. But then what factors, there's one asking what factors to consider while choosing a sunscreen. I think we already mentioned, right? Like,
Matte. It should be
yeah.
matte. It should be gel based. It can be silicone based. It could be tinted. It can be with SPF 30, 50. You can use a moisturizer come sunscreen, but if you have a tanning issue, a pigmentation issue, or a sun allergy, then it's better to use a dedicated sunscreen. And you can you even have 25% zinc oxide containing sunscreens. SPF 50 is good enough. You don't have to go for SPF 70 and 100 because that makes the sunscreen very, very sticky and thick. It's almost
Yeah.
like white and cakey.
Yeah. There's some question saying, should one apply sunscreen even when not directly under the sun? Yeah, like you mentioned, if people are at home, working from home, so like just if commuting also, should they wear sunscreen in that matter?
Absolutely, absolutely. Even if you're
Yeah.
driving a car, even if you're driving an AC car, so of course on your bike and all you have to wear protective clothing. But suppose you're sitting in an AC car, then what happens is that the front screen of the car does not have any tint. So you're getting a lot. If you're driving or sitting in the driver's seat or next to the driver's seat, you're going to get a lot of UV from the front screen. So
Yeah.
that's why I when I'm sitting even in the back seat, I'll tell you a small tip I do. I put two cushions at the back and I put the shields up. So you know why? It's not just about the UV falling on you. It's also about the heat. So you know what is the new theory? The new theory is that the pigment cells are very heat sensitive. So what happens when they're heat sensitive? They get excited, and because they get excited, they get warm. They get warm, and they start misbehaving the melanocytes, the pigment cells, and that starts giving you pigmentation just from the heat and the infrared.
Freckles as well?
Your
Like,
freckles will increase. Your freckles can
yeah.
increase. Yeah. So your freckles will increase, and your existing freckles will increase. You can get new freckles. And if you're in that age group of 40, 45, 50, then you know your pigmentation starts over here.
Yes, yes, I've seen.
Yeah, so this pigmentation starts, and that's not nice because your freckles become bigger and then you can get some sun damage spots. So all this can be prevented. But you know, once you already have pigmentation and you're using a sunscreen, then you have to have a treatment for hyperpigmentation. So let's talk about how we can get rid of a tan.
Yes, please.
So, you know, tan skin is gets a little dehydrated. So it's nice to use a rose mist. You can use a thermal spring water. You can use a mist. You have a nice rose mist. Also with, you know, aloe vera and rose. Or you can soothe your skin down with the nice aloe vera cucumber rose gel, which is hydrating, soothing. So immediately if you hydrate the skin, immediately if you calm down the skin, nourish it, cool it down, then you will quieten down the pigment cells and you'll prevent unnecessary worsening of your pigmentation. And that's one way to also reduce your tan. Always prevent a sunburn. A sunburn is not good. It's been proven that many episodes of a sunburn or excessive tanning will ultimately lead to damage and pigmentation.
Yeah, sunburns are very painful as well.
Sunburns are painful, and then after that, the skin looks awful. It takes so long to
It takes very
repair the
long to
skin.
get rid of it. Like,
Yeah,
unlike tanning. Yeah, yeah.
right.
I had
Yeah.
sunburns when I had gone to Andaman and I was like totally burnt. And then, yes, the aloe vera gel really helped. And the rose mist, like you said, yeah.
Oh, good. So you enjoyed using them.
Yes, yes, totally. And it worked. It worked. Like, it takes time to get, but then, it burns and it feels so cool with the gel. It really helps, yeah.
So somebody said that they found the rose mist a little sticky. Chip chip, they said it's sticky. I think you know you should put very little. So I'd like to say how to use a mist in general. How should you use a mist to hydrate your skin? You should hold it away like this, yeah, and close your eyes and just do 1 or 2 squirts and let it settle on the face. You know, most people after they do chick 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 and then they tend to spread it. No, close your eyes, do 1, 2 sprays, and just let it get absorbed onto your face. Don't try to rub it in and massage. The gel also, any aloe vera, cucumber, rose water based gels, it's important to take it, dot it, apply it, and just leave it. Let it be, leave it be. Just let it get absorbed. You know, we tend to want to rub it like this. That's not a good idea. If you just apply the gel and let it get absorbed, then there's absolutely no stickiness.
Yeah, that's amazing. And let it, like, let it dry automatically. It will kind of absorb. You have to be a little bit in air at that point of time. It takes it, I personally like it. Like, I've been using it. That really works for me. Also depends on the skin type, the way you use it, like you
Yeah.
mentioned. That really matters. Yes.
I
So
like I like the colors you're wearing today. You're wearing all floral colors, springtime,
summer
summer's
colors.
here, and you're wearing all these lovely pinks and blues and yellows behind you. I love the earrings.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That really, I mean, the summer flavor to it, and
The
it was the
summer look.
first session. I was like all prepared.
Yeah, great, great, great.
All right. So, in summer, skin generally become really dry and dull. Also prone to, surprisingly, there are acne and become oily. So, how do we prevent all that? Because it's all combination over here. It's so confusing at that point of time. What all we should do?
So, should we talk about a skincare regime for oily
Yes.
skin, and
Like,
then
yeah, especially
for
for summers, like, the like how we have CTM, like, which is like a rule, like you
yeah.
have to do it. Like, there a certain particular thing which for summers, yes, you have to do ABC every day, before stepping out. Like, we should follow it from tomorrow itself in the morning.
Okay.
Any changes? Yeah.
So I think an oily skin, you
Mm-hmm.
should cleanse every morning, cleanse every night,
Mm-hmm.
cleanse when you come back at the end of your day. 3 times oily skin. You don't have to use a very strong face wash. It's better to use a milder face wash with say lactic acid, very oily skin, salicylic acid, whatever. The, the main thing is to cleanse so that you remove all that surface dirt and grease and accumulation.
Okay.
But if you have, if you're out all day and you can't wash your face, you can take these oil blotting papers, right? You get those oil blotting papers, and you can just take off all that extra oil, and then put your sunscreen on top, even without washing your face post lunch. So suppose you have to step out after lunch from the office, you can't wash your face, you have some makeup on, just oil blot it, and then put your sunscreen on again, and you can put a little bit of a face powder, the loose powder, just to mattify it. I don't like putting compact because I feel that the compact takes away the sunscreen, right? It's better to use a little liquid foundation and just cover up your sunscreen if you want to, or just use a tinted sunscreen. It's a great 2-in-1.
Yeah, that would be better. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and then when you come home in the evening, so underneath the sunscreen, most of us today are using a vitamin C serum, right?
Yeah.
So then we use the vitamin C serum, and then we use the sunscreen, and we're done. When you reapply in the afternoon, it's just a sunscreen. And at night, you cleanse your face, and then you can use a soothing gel, a hydrating gel, whether your skin is oily or dry. Remember, dry skins also don't remain, they can get dry. It's not that dry skins become oily in summer, they get dehydrated. So it's important to hydrate all skins at the any skin type in the summer. And then you know what happens? Some people come back and then have a hot shower. It's hot outside, then they come back and have a hot steamy shower to relax, and then their skins get dry. So this a mist, a gel, or very dry skins mist followed by the gel, or then a nice moisturizer. And then you can put all your actives, whether you want to put glycolic or retinol or skin tanning, anti-tanning cream, you can do that. So I, in the summer, like to every day put my vitamin C serum, which has hyaluronic acid, ferulic acid, ceramides. And at night, I like to put a brightening complex. So it doesn't allow for tan buildup.
Oh, that's like skin
So
food.
and in the summer, I like to eat a lot of berries and watermelon and have a lot of nuts and not a lot of nuts, some nuts, avocado, a lot of seeds. So you get fiber, lots of salad, or have a green juice, like a spinach, a cucumber, green apple, mint. You can do a spinach, kale, cucumber. You can do, all these green juices really work well to hydrate your skin and detox, because a lot of buildup, your pores get clogged, your skin gets congested, you may break out.
Oh, that's amazing. I think we've got a good DIY over here, you should be
Yeah.
doing for skin, like a skin food thingy. Awesome. Anything else you would like to, add to it? anything about skin tanning and the ways to combat it, or anything about today's topic you would like to cover which we missed out?
So I would say that, uh, sun damage is not just about, see, tanning is excessive pigment. Sun damage is where you start showing signs of either pigmentation, lines, wrinkles. So you're looking at UVA protection. UVB protection is more for skin cancer, right? And then we're looking for broad spectrum coverage. So, if you're if you're very young, then you're looking more at protection. If you're already seeing some signs and you want to correct, you should correct when it's younger. So then either you do medifacials, or you can do some peels, you can do laser toning, you can do, a nice, once in 3 months, give a nice exfoliating treatment with dermal infusions. So you can do like a 3D fusion treatment, which exfoliates, hydrates, cools, soothes. There's so many medifacials nowadays which can exfoliate, hydrate, nourish, infuse. So in the summer, you must exfoliate, nourish, infuse, hydrate, repeat. Right? The repeat is important.
Yes,
And
totally.
keep the skincare routine hassle free. But the hair also needs a bit of attention, right? So avoid using very heavy conditioners, leave-in conditioners, which, when they fall on your face, they may make you break out. Avoid very heavy serums. Just use
Oh
very
yeah,
little.
I never thought about it.
Yeah.
In like you just mentioned in the flow, and it just okay. That could also be the reason, sometimes to
Touches
break
the
out.
face. I've seen that. Now we see so much of maskne, right? Because in the mask area. So again, in the summer, it's good to change your mask twice a day if you're out all the time. Better to have the disposable or the cloth washable ones. So you're changing your mask, especially if you're wearing sunscreen and putting makeup on. Then you want to wash and change your mask more often, and then you should come back. If you're in, a lot of people are wearing makeup and then wearing their mask, because wherever they go, then later on they take off their mask if they're in, whatever. So yeah, they shouldn't. But suppose they go and they take off their mask, then so it's important for them, anybody, at the end of the day, if you're wearing makeup, lip gloss, change your masks, and use a micellar water to remove all the buildup.
Okay.
And then wash your face with your cleanser and hydrate. Because, have you noticed, Sejal, that under the mask one gets very uncomfortable, hot and dry and irritable and sweaty and sticky. Like you feel very, like 3-4 hours of wearing the mask and you begin to feel all irritable. And
True.
now with the summer, we're sweating underneath the mask.
Yeah.
So use a light sunscreen. Don't use a sticky one. So something which is got a light base. Like you said, you've used the Moha one, right?
Yeah. It's very light. I mean, and you can use it again also. You don't feel like, even if you want to use it again after a few hours, you don't feel like you're wearing something really. And the fragrance is also nice. So it's all fresh.
Fresh, yeah. So it's nice and I guess refreshing.
Refreshing, yeah.
Yeah. So I think, and also one should wash the hair a little more often. One should use a good shampoo which degreases your scalp, and wash your hair a little more often. Don't allow build up in your scalp. But of course, we're going to have another session on hair. So basically, these are this is like the whole program. Holistic and touching all the bases.
Touch basing all, then what next is gonna come, and we are going to enhance on right now.
Yeah. So somebody was saying that silk masks are better than cotton masks. That's what they say, that silk masks allow you to breathe. But I think changing the mask often is very important.
Very important.
Very hot and sweaty underneath. Also, you tend to get.
I sweat in silk mask also. Like, it's just if you wear it for long, anything is like gonna be like irritable. So I think changing the mask and taking that break is important. Yeah.
And keeping your hair clean, keeping the scalp clean, maybe using a medicated shampoo, a little salicylic, ketoconazole, zinc-based shampoo, just to keep the scalp, because we're all working out now, it's getting hot. So these are the various things. And of course, if you, if you have problems on your skin related to the sunlight, you're getting a sun allergy, which is not settling down, you're getting more and more freckles despite using a sunscreen, if you're getting 1 or 2 sunspots and you're being careful, then you really need to see a dermatologist who can figure out specific products for you. Maybe there's somewhere there's a glitch. You're not getting it so right.
That's true. That's true. Because there's so many things available, you might get confused, and if you have serious issues, then you should definitely, see a dermat. I think that's the
Then you
best way
should
to
really
go about it.
look at seeing an expert and a dermat, because then you need specific, I think either a specific product, choice of product, or the right SPF. But yeah, I think in the summer, SPF 30 to 50 will keep you safe. Look out for zinc and titanium dioxide in your sunscreen. Make sure you have a good hydrating gel. Cleanse your face, and keep the general dirt, grease, oil under control. If you have a dehydrated skin, don't be scared about hydrating it. It's not going to make you break out.
Yeah.
And don't try to keep your skin too dry. Then you'll end up with other problems, like you'll have some
Yes.
rashes. And for the body also, you can use a good sunscreen.
Yeah, I mean, whatever part is exposed, you should definitely layer it up with sunscreen, right? It's not just your
And
face or neck; it's everywhere. Yeah.
and also the protective, like a
Palms as well.
shirt.
I used to miss it, Dr. Kohli. I used to miss it, and I ride every day, and my palms suddenly change. The color of my hand over here.
Yeah,
Sorry, not the palm,
yeah.
the hand. The color changed, and then I realized, no, I need to really, wearing full sleeves. Sleeves are covered, but then this part also needs to be sunscreened and as well as covered. Yeah.
And cover your feet also.
Yeah, that you must.
And shoes.
I wear shoes.
Shoes,
Yeah.
you wear shoes. Yeah. Because your feet also can get tanned. Feet
Yes.
can also get tanned. True. That's very true. So, do you want to summarize the sun care tips? Let's go
Yes,
through.
please. Let's summarize. Yeah.
You
Let's
do
do
it
that.
first. You tell us, and then I'll add.
Okay. So, like she mentioned, we have to really be very vigilant about what SPF to choose for our sunscreen. Sunscreen using is ground rule to prevent tanning, and don't feel shy in covering yourself up when you're going out. For sure, it helps in preventing yourself from tanning or any summer wounds for that matter. Hydrate yourself. Also, she mentioned about some amazing tips on what you should eat or drink, be it the green juices, what like you mentioned, the nuts you mentioned, which all will help you in your skin to rejuvenate and help during when you're outside. And I guess we should also exercise to keep our whole system active to remain fresh and stuff. Yeah. Now you ahead, please. I think that's what I've learned.
And I think if you want to prevent tanning, like a build up, because whatever you say and do, if you're out in the sun every day, or you are, just in general, everybody's, sort of exposed to some amount of sun, even sitting at home, because we like to keep our windows open and trying to get our D3 and build up our immunity in this troubled time. Then use a brightening complex, use a lightening serum, skin brightening serum or a brightening complex product at night with kojic acid, arbutin, licorice, some amount of the berry extracts, or with resveratrol, maybe a touch of glycolic acid in it for exfoliation. Or if you have drier skins, then you can use something with rosehip oil, and that also helps to rebuild the skin, dry skin, and build its defenses. You could also use natural lightening agents if you want. Natural ones are there, which actually arbutin and all are all botanical extracts. So all these can be used. So this will help to make sure that the skin remains constantly exfoliated. So the mantra is really exfoliate, then would be hydrate, then would be nourish, and infuse.
Okay.
So exfoliate with, even you can use an exfoliating face wash, say 3 times a week.
Okay.
If it's very, very gentle, you have very oily, granular skin, maybe every once a day in the morning. Then if we want to hydrate, we've talked about all the gels. Layering with the mist and the gel is nice. So you can layer with light products. Then we talked about Nourish. So Nourish would be use, either natural ingredients like aloe vera, rose, cucumber, or you could nourish with ceramides, with squalene, with, all these other moisturizers, with oat. So these are the moisturizers you could nourish your skin with to replenish what has got depleted in the harsh sun, the heat, the warmth of the sun, and of course environment. And then the last would be infuse. So infuse means you can at night even use a sheet mask which infuses some brighteners, hyaluronic acid, hydrators, skin boosters. And of course you can always, get a nice pep up treatment even in the summer, like a good hydrojet facial, a fire and ice facial, exfoliating 3D fusion facial. There's so many of these, pumpkin facial. There's so many facials. Maybe if you're prone to pigmentation, then once in 3 months do a laser toner.
All right.
And
Amazing.
one last tip, if you're doing procedures or if you are planning your products, especially retinol and glycolic acid, then I think you should remember one golden rule. Never do a face treatment 7 days before a sun holiday. Stop retinol, glycolic acid at least 2-3 days before, or stop it on your holiday. Don't use it on a holiday. Stop it 2 days before you travel. Don't use it on a holiday, and start it 2-3 days after you come back. And if you've tanned a lot, then come back from holiday, do a good detanning treatment.
I always do
And
that.
Yeah.
After back from holiday, I go for my, whatever things I have to go to, be tanning, facial, whatever. That works. Makes you
Yeah.
fresh after the
Fresh
whatever.
after that, and then go into your skincare plan again.
Awesome, awesome. Those tips and facts are really, really helpful. I hope our audience also enjoyed and learned from it. I'm sure they did. And thank you so much, Dr. Kohli, for all this
Thank you.
guidance. And
Pleasure always.
thank you. Seeing you again, I think on the
Yes.
2nd of April, back after
Yes.
a short holy break.
Not
And
really
yes,
good.
we will be back with another fresh topic to discuss, and for summers and summer concerns.
Oh, in
Yes.
fact, since you mentioned Holi, I would like to say
Yeah.
that, this year I guess nobody will be playing Holi. But if you're planning to just be with even your family,
Yeah.
and you're planning to just have a little sort of fun amongst yourselves, of course you'll be careful, but use a 50 SPF, and it should preferably, if you put a 25% zinc oxide or a very high strength zinc titanium oxide of 6%, 10%, whatever, sunscreen, then it'll form a film. So the color won't irritate and also the sun won't burn your skin.
Oh, that's superb. That's superb. Like, even if you're playing within your own family, then this thing is really gonna help. Yes.
This thing will help to not let you tan and and of course, you can immediately after that, you can hydrate your skin and use one of your good products to, rehydrate the skin. So rehydrate, nourish, infuse, sun protect, and keep looking wow. Beat the heat.
Summer wow.
Summer wow. Beat the heat.
Beat the heat. Yes. Thank you so much. It was amazing.
Same
All right,
here,
guys.
Sujal.
We'll wind it up today's session.
Wind it up.
Yes.
Perfect.
Bye-bye,
soon.
guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. See you.
Stay tuned.
Bye. See you next
Stay
week.
tuned to our page. Till then, take care.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye.